These are the best strategies that you should be using if you want to win more games in NHL 26. Now let's start with the basics. Your offensive strategy should 100% be behind the net. This is the best way to cycle the puck down low, create more offensive zone time, and pull your opponent out of position to create some of the best go-to goals in the game. For your in-zone defense, you're going to want to start every game with protect the net and collapsing on. This is simply going to be the easiest way to defend the crease, block shots from the outside, and get to rebounds. When it comes to breaking the puck out of the zone, I personally prefer using full attack, 3 high, and leave zone early because I love to fly the zone, stretch out through the neutral zone, and create offense as much as I possibly can. But if you're newer to the game or you're having trouble breaking the puck out of your own zone, I would recommend switching to strong side slant and close support. This is going to give you easier breakout passes on the strong side of the ice by hitting the center in the middle or the winger up the boards. Diving into the forecheck and the neutral zone strategies, I'm going to recommend a heavy forecheck because if you actually want to get better at the game, you should want the puck as much as possible. I like to run a 2-3 forecheck with a 1-2-2 blue neutral zone. But if you're having trouble giving up odd man rushes going the other way, you should try out the 1-2-2 aggressive and 1-3-1. Next up, let's look at the best settings for the even strength sliders. For this, we'll go top down here, so we'll start with the carry dump offensive slider. I have this set all the way to 10 so that my AI forwards who are not carrying the puck are flying through the neutral zone with as much speed as possible and attacking the net once we get into the offensive zone. This is going to set up a nice high zone delay play for some easy goals. Plus, if you don't create an opportunity on the rush, you can still wrap the puck all the way down low to the opposite corner, where your AI is going to retrieve the puck before your opponent so that you maintain possession. For the cycle shoot slider, I have this set at 1, which is going to be the most efficient way to cycle the puck, and it puts my AI forwards in predictable positions so that I can create offensive plays. Now I have this set at 1 instead of 0, and I'll explain why, but you'll see this pop up on a couple more cycle shoot sliders in a bit. Basically, if you have the slider all the way down to 0, your AI players can sometimes act so robotic and stationary in their cycle positions to the point where they'll simply watch a puck go a foot or 2 by them with no one around, and they won't even try to reach out for the puck. And it seems that if you put the slider on 1 instead of 0, it negates that goofy mechanic. The efficiency energy slider is actually pretty important. I have this slider set to 4, so it's leaning slightly more on the efficient side. In my experience, this is about as high as you can go before that energy drain is just unusable, and you'll see it if you try to go closer to 10, you could literally get a breakaway and completely run out of energy with your stamina blinking red before you even get to your opponent's goaltender, so it can get pretty frustrating. Now, I have a pretty good team, so 4 out of 10 seems to work for me, but if your team is lower overall with lower endurance ratings, you might want to try a 2 or 3. For the don't block slider, I have this all the way to 10, because just with the state of defense, I want to block as many shots as possible, and the AI are actually pretty good at doing so. The counter argument here is that you might be screening your own goaltender at times, but honestly, shots from far out with no traffic still seem to beat the goalies in this game, so I'd rather try to block more shots, which I also think is a good way to frustrate your opponent. Switching to the defensive sliders, I have hold line pinch set to 1 out of 10. That way my AI are never trying to pinch at the blue line, which is just going to result in odd man rushes for my opponents. For the cycle shoot slider, it's going to be the same thing as the offense. I have this at 1 out of 10 because I want my defenseman to be in a predictable position, which ironically, if the slider is more towards the shooting side, it actually makes going for D-to-D one-timers less effective because the AI defenseman will start creeping up towards the top of the circles, trying to get quote-unquote open for a shot. The problem here is they're now in a less predictable position, and they get too tight to your opponent, which is going to make it harder to A, get them the puck, and B, get shots through if you are able to get them the puck. When it comes to special teams, don't overthink it, gents. These settings are most likely not going to make or break you. For the power play, I run a 1-3-1 formation because it sets up some nice 1T goals from the flanks. My offensive pressure is still on full attack, my carry dump slider is set to 10, and my quick breakout is still on leave zone early. The difference here is my power play breakout. I use 5 back, and I just do this so that if there is any kind of a turnover, I'm not giving up any shorthanded chances. Plus, with the man advantage, getting through the neutral zone and creating offense isn't really a problem. For the penalty kill, it's pretty simple. I like the 1-1-2 PK formation. This gives me 3 players in the slot to defend home plate and take away shooting lanes. And gents, that's going to wrap up this video. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, be sure to drop a like and stick around. I'm planning on making more videos where I break down more gameplay and go more in depth with certain strategies, why I might change strategies throughout the pace of a game, and why certain strategies work against certain opponents. Again, let me know if you want to see more of that. I'll see you in the next one.